Does Emmanuel Vadrine live here? Yes, that's my dad. Have you seen him recently? Not since yesterday. How old are you? Where's your mother? My mom went shopping. I'm 12. Is something wrong? Hmm. Give your mother this card and tell her to call me when she comes home. Okay. Lyrics in 1-800 by Logic explains how I felt when I realized why those cops were at my door. I was born and raised in Fort Lauderdale by both parents until my father passed away when I was 12. After that, my mother single-handedly raised 3 children, all on her own. She's my mother and my father now. We went through a tough time together. Being the eldest, I had to make sure that my brothers were okay before I could fully mourn. I never really had anyone to talk to because my mother was always crying and my brothers were too young to understand. It was a really difficult time for me. 1-800 by Logic describes how I thought my life wasn't worth living anymore and how I came out in the end. My father, he was very funny. He was the most giving person I know. He had problems, but I still loved him. I became very depressed after he passed away, confused about how I could live without him. I feel like I'm out of my mind. I feel like my life ain't mine. I started thinking no one would miss me if I just joined him. No one knew how I felt and how I was thinking. I've been praying for somebody to save me. No one's heroic. And my life don't even matter. I know it. I know it. I know I'm hurting deep down, but can't show it. I felt that no one understood what I was going through and how I felt, so I kept it to myself for a very long time. I then became suicidal and lost joy in doing everything, activities, sports. I would sit in the dark and let my mind wander far, far away. I don't want to be alive. I don't want to be alive. I just want to die today. I just want to die. My aunt noticed that I was acting off and she spoke to me about it. Every day she would come see me and let me vent out my emotions. If I was inside by myself, she would grab me by my ear and drag me out into the blazing hot sun. And she always told me that she wanted me to be alive again. I want you to be alive. I want you to be alive. You don't gotta die today. It can be hard. It can be so hard. But you gotta live right now. You got everything to give right now. I started thinking about how my family needed me and how this would break their hearts if I were to make this terrible decision. I learned that everything would pass sooner or later and it would get better. I just had to go one day at a time until I finally started enjoying it. I finally want to be alive. I finally want to be alive. I don't want to die today. I don't want to die. Soon after, I stopped wanting to end my life, but I still wasn't very happy. I worked hard on my academics and sports until I finally didn't want to cry anymore. But I don't want to cry. I don't want to cry anymore. I want to feel alive. I don't even want to die anymore. All in all, I was very depressed after my father passed away, and I didn't think that life was worth living anymore. I learned that death is not the end. It's a beginning to a new life, a new you. I feel that 800 by Logic explains how I was lost in the dark and found my way to the light. This experience formed me into a whole different person, and I wouldn't change who I turned out to be. It can be hard. It can be so hard. But you gotta live right now. You got everything to give right now. I finally wanna be alive. I finally wanna be alive. I don't wanna die today. I don't wanna die.